88.5 JFM, the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, I get the opportunity every now and then to bring in some pretty cool people into the studio. Sometimes they're in studio, like in person. Other times, they're with us on Zoom. And right now, you see her across the screen. Hopefully, you're watching on the socials. If not, well, you're missing out. This is Gracia Olivas. And I noticed her content over on TikTok a while back. And my goodness, is it good. And we're going to talk about some of the things she's been doing, helping her kids build their faith. Gracia, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being here.
All right, so what I first saw from you was something called a pocket prayer. What is that? And then you're using the pocket prayer. You grab it, you put it in your pocket, and then there's something else that you use, using the 5 fingers on your hand. So I want our listeners to know just a little bit about you. I know a little bit because I asked you a few questions already in an email. But if there's one thing you want people to know about you, what would that be?
One thing, that's kind of hard. I am a mom to 3 little kids, and we love Jesus. So implementing that into our home has been super important to me. My 3 kids are 5 and under, so I'm trying to find ways to implement that in our daily life. My husband and I both, but he works outside of the home, so I'm home all day with them. And just trying to really make that time meaningful because, man, it sure flies by.
Right. Now, you've got kids, but you've also got a dog. And I hear one of the most favorite animals in the house is a fish. What's that about?
Yes, it's the fish. My son, he's 5. And it was his fish, a gift 2 years ago from my parents for Christmas. And it's just a little beta fish, so it doesn't do much. But, man, he gets upset if I don't get the fish a birthday present or if he doesn't get a present on Christmas. I've had to explain to him, fish, they don't do much. They don't get to have treats. They don't really get to have gifts. But whenever we talk about the family, he never lets me forget. You got to remember the fish.
Wow, good stuff. All right, so let's dig into this. Which one would you like to talk about first? The pocket prayer or the 5 fingers?
Let's do the 5-finger prayer. Yeah, that's where kind of it started, especially on TikTok. That was like my first video that really caught traction and got people talking.
Okay, so I know that we're talking about the thumb and the 4 fingers. So you want to go through the strategy with us real quick?
Yeah, it's the 5-finger prayer. So we would just take our 5 fingers, and there's a couple different actually versions of it. The one we use is we just dedicate a version or a person or a group of people to each finger to remember who to pray for. The thumb is closest to you, so you pray for the people that you love that are closest to you, family, friends. The pointer finger is the one that kind of like gives direction if you're pointing. So we use that one to pray for teachers or coaches, people in our life that is teaching, giving direction, depending on what age your kids are. The middle finger is the tallest, so we use that one for the people that are guiding us on more of a broader spectrum. Specifically, we look more towards like our government leaders and people in those organizations, even church leaders, if that makes a little more sense to our kids. This finger is the ring finger. This is actually the weakest finger. So this is for people that are in need. So people in our community, maybe that we know of specifically, that are in need of something, or just in general, people who don't have families or don't have homes or don't have food to eat. And then the last one, the littlest finger, is for yourself. So not last but least, but the finger is to just pray for anything that you have on your heart. We're teaching our kids about both prayer requests and praises and what the differences are, and just including them on the end. So all 5, we don't do all 5 every time we pray, but it's just a really great way to remember who to pray for when you're talking to Jesus.
I love how you said that last finger is you. It's not, it's not the littlest, but it's the least. It's one of those things where you want to put others ahead of yourself, and that's something Jesus taught all through the gospel. So I love that whole strategy. And how have you seen this really resonate with your kids?
I think it's a great way to help my kids remember, because their brains, I mean, my big kids are 5 and 3. My youngest is just a year old, so she's not participating yet. But their prayers can get real funny, and they can pray about really silly things, which we encourage, but we also want to be intentional with our prayer time. And so having them just have a way, it's connected to your body, you can't forget it, to look at their hand and be able to remember, who am I praying for today? And to even just pick one finger if you want to, just to remember the people in their lives and to be thinking about others, like you said, not just thinking about ourselves, and having more of those self-centered prayer requests, which I actually do myself. So it's actually a good reminder for me who to include when I am talking to the Lord.
So this is good, not just for kids, but it's good for us adults too.
Absolutely.
I know sometimes we fall into that trap of it being like a Christmas list. Like, God, this is what I want. Here's number 1, number 2, number 3. And then I think lots of times we forget to give him an opportunity to talk back to us, you know?
Absolutely. I am so guilty of that, for sure.
I got you. So that's the 5 hands and 5 fingers. Now, 5 fingers on a hand, you close it up, you put it in your pocket. You got yourself a pocket prayer right there.
Pocket prayer.
Tell us about that pocket prayer.
Yeah, so that actually, the idea came to me. I saw something else on social media that was kind of the concept of a pocket scripture. So just a short verse that you could take and put in your pocket. And that was just more for adults. It was geared towards adults, the video I saw. And I really loved that idea. So I thought, how can I incorporate that for my children? And so we started the pocket prayers, which we do. Our videos are all in the car. And we just take our hand out and we say we're going to pray and say a prayer and put it in our pocket. And we do all different versions. Like if we're nervous, we say, and then we just take each finger and we kind of go as is. So if we say, when we're nervous, we say, Lord, I know you're here. I know you love me. I know I'm cared for. I have nothing to fear. And then we take it and we put it in our pockets. And it's been super fun. My kids have really a lot of fun making those videos with me and doing the pocket prayers. But what's even cooler is I've had so many people reach out to me, comment on social media that they're doing these with their own children, with their grandchildren, with their Sunday schools. And I've had some people reach out and say, you know, we were going through our day and I saw my child pull their prayer out of their pocket and use it. And I just think that's so cute. My kids haven't actually done that. The concept is let's carry our prayers around. But to picture a little kid actually trying to pull that prayer out of their pocket just really, really melted my heart. So people have really loved the pocket prayer concept for sure.
Yeah. So you said these things have kind of resonated with a lot of people. One of my favorite things to do on these videos is look down there in the comments and see what people are saying. So what kind of things have you really been noticing about these comments? Are you having some people say, wow, I never thought of that? Are you seeing some light bulb moments with some parents? What else are you seeing there?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's so easy, especially as parents at home, to just kind of get sucked into your day. You're just kind of focusing on the tasks in front of you, what needs to get done, and some days how to get to bedtime because it's been a long day and it gets busy and you get wrapped up in that. And as a believer, I've been a believer pretty much my entire life. I grew up in a faithful home, which I'm so grateful for. It's just so ingrained in me that I sometimes have a hard time being intentional with it. And a lot of other parents, even grandparents, teachers have resonated with that and said, you know, I didn't even really think about teaching my 2-year-old about the Lord. It's such a big concept that I just thought, oh, I'll do it when they get older. But there's so many fun ways like we've incorporated that we can use with our young children. And so I've had a lot of feedback from people that are like, I really love these concepts. I share some resources, just books and things that you can do at home with your kids, toys that are faith-based. And people have just really appreciated that because it's so easy to incorporate into your day. You just have to be intentional with it.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, where can people find you over on the socials?
Yeah, I'm on primarily Instagram. Rooted in More is my handle, and I will be at the same handle over on TikTok. And I share in both those spots. We're building a really cool community over on Instagram specifically, and it's been super fun just to get to know everyone over there.
Gotcha. Wow. So you've really noticed things start to skyrocket here lately, right?
I have. It's been really crazy. Just being on social media. I've been in social media in the influencing space or creator space for 6+ years in different capacities, but never seen growth like I have and just feedback and excitement and all of the things. It's been really cool and encouraging to my heart because I really felt led to share and just wasn't sure. Again, I stay at home all day. So how do I make an impact for the Lord in my home, but also outside my home? And I just felt called to just share what I was learning for my own home and children online. And God really took that to the next level. So I'm very grateful and excited for what's to come.
I am too. I really am. I asked you a question before we got on air. I was asking you, have you had a chance to do much of this? And you tell me, well, not really yet. You've done some podcasts, but I can tell you, I think some national news media are going to be knocking on your door, giving you a call, seeing if you can do a Zoom.
What a compliment.
Maybe
Thank
flying you out to New York or LA. I'm serious because this is so good. So thank you so much for carving out some time for this little station in North Alabama.
I appreciate it. I've really enjoyed my time. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a blast hanging out with you. Anything else you want people to know about you, about your family?
Not about me. I just want to encourage parents, grandparents, everybody out there that you have the ability to make a difference. Just the small interactions that you have every day in your home, with your kids, with your family. You are your children's greatest teacher, and the Lord has equipped each and every one of us to make that difference. Can easily feel like we're unqualified, but that is a lie. That is not from the Lord. You are qualified, and you and your children are loved.
Love it. And with that, I guess we'll wrap this thing up. Now, people are going to be commenting over on the socials, so we'll be keeping an eye on that and making sure that Gracia gets a hold of that. She can answer your questions there. But I do want to encourage you, please find her over on Instagram and over on TikTok. TikTok's where I found her, and you will be blessed. You'll have a smile on your face the whole time. And watching her kids, so cute. Take that prayer and put it in their pocket. It's so neat. So thanks again for making some time for us, and maybe we can talk again sometime soon.
I would love that. Thank you so much.
Perfect. All right. Well, with that, we are going to go on back to some music. It's Maverick City music and Promises right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. That was a whole lot of fun. Thank you so much.
It was. Thank you so much.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too, Stephen.
All right. Bye.